Body Fit by Amy, and this is David.
Hello.
And this is Jeannie.
Hi.
And this is your full body dumbbell strengthen and sculpt workout. So you may remember these guys from the wedding workout series. They're helping me out today because I am about 8 months pregnant. So they'll be doing all the work. So if you are pregnant, this is not really the workout for you. So please check out my whole playlist of Baby Fit by Amy prenatal workouts. I'll link it right up here. So all you need for this workout is a set of dumbbells. These guys will be going a little heavier than me. And a mat. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
Let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna start just getting a quick little warm up. We're just gonna get the blood flowing, get our muscles warm, roll through the shoulders. How are you guys feeling?
Good.
Good.
A little sweaty, but good.
Yeah. We may have filmed another workout before this one, so if we look tired,
Do these
that's
outfits look
why. One big deep breath in. Sometimes I point that out in my workouts as well. And breathe. Jeannie also had a training session with me yesterday,
Yes.
so if her muscles are sore,
Help me tomorrow.
one more. And then let's roll through our backs, flat back down, round it up, right, all the way through. One more. Let's actually hold it underneath and just rotate our shoulders. And breathe. So you're gently pushing out on the legs while you're moving through the shoulders. And then walk the feet in, round it up, and tap and reach across, right? I know. I feel it too, and I didn't even work hard. And then let's take it over. Breathe. Really stretching through space there. You'll notice this is the first time filming in our new space. The ceilings are a little lower. Let's bring the knees up. Yeah, we've done a lot of work in here, but the next studio space we have will have higher ceilings. And then let's reach it to that toy soldier kick. Stretch out those hamstrings. I'm already winded, you guys, from the warm-up.
Yeah.
That is what happens when you're 8 months pregnant. This baby is pressing on my lungs. Okay, so we're gonna start just with one dumbbell. So go ahead and grab one. Just make sure the other one is off to the side where you're not gonna step on it. Most everything we're doing is gonna be compound moves. So upper and lower together, or upper and core. So your heart will pump. We won't need to get a lot of extra cardio. So our very first move, you're gonna hold it at the center, feet are out wide. You're gonna, never mind, drop it down. Drop it down here, raise at the bottom, and then bring it up and drop. If you want, you can raise it all the way up and then bring it down. It's totally up to you. So go ahead and take off, you guys. Yep, there you go. Dropping into that low squat. If you can break parallel, what we mean by that is getting your hips parallel or lower than your knees, and then making sure that raise. If for some reason it feels too easy, feel free to grab your other dumbbell. If you're working with 2 dumbbells that are lighter, that's fine too. But for most of us, 1 dumbbell will be just enough. Let's get 5 seconds, so maybe one more. Maybe one more after that, how about that? I know, right? Good, catch your breath, tap it out, and one move down. Let's take it into a curtsy lunge. So we're gonna cross over to a curtsy. We're gonna add some triceps to it. Here's the trick, guys. We're gonna start with our elbows in and our hand down behind our head. So we're starting here, drop it down at your low point, extend up for the triceps, drop it down, push it up. Make sense? Here we go. Down, extend it up, down, and up. So the trick is you're staying in that contracted point with your triceps. It's also forcing you to stay a little lower in that leg, right? Perfect. So in the curtsy, we're crossed over. If that bothers your knees at all, just take it to a regular lunge. That's fine too. It's gonna put you, it's gonna put you a little off balance, and that is okay. Yep, and elbows stay in as close to the side of your head as you can. Perfect, you guys. Yep, use those abs. Balance is a big part of it. It's one of the reasons we love the curtsy lunge. So if you feel off balance, it's totally fine. Let's get 10 seconds and we'll tap it out. Before we get that other side, we'll give ourselves a little breather. 3, 2, 1, tap it out. How'd that feel? Yeah, so it's a lot because you're hanging out lower in that lunge for a split second, and then your elbows are always in that contracted position for your triceps. So catch your breath. Let's set up for that other side. Cross it behind, hips are square, elbows are in, dumbbell is down. Here we go. Down, up, down, push up through the heel. Down, up. Abs are pulled in tight, and get as low as you can. You're dropping that back knee. Elbows are in close by your head. And remember, we don't need to rush these guys. You're gonna feel the cardio just because you're working so many muscles at once. So there's no need to go fast. I'd rather you have just perfect form like these guys. Good. Then straight up. And this is another one where if you felt like you needed 2 dumbbells, you could do it. But I don't think we do, right?
No.
One is enough. We got about 10 seconds. Here we go. Breathe down, up. Last one right here. And catch your breath. Woo, right?
Woo.
Yep, heart rate, right?
I'm trying to like focus at a point and just
Yep,
zone out.
I like that, I like that.
Zone out.
So we're gonna go into a side lunge. We'll all start this way. So side lunge, but we're gonna add a wood chop. So still 1 dumbbell, lean into that side lunge, bent leg, straight leg, wood chop it down, push out of the hip. If you can, I want you to come all the way up, like full chop. You can bring that knee up if you want. If you have a heavier dumbbell or you're a little limited on space, I want you to go hip to shoulder. So David's gonna demonstrate that so he doesn't hit the ceiling.
Yes.
Jeannie is gonna do full range of motion. Here we go, side lunge, lean into it here, chop it up. So the knee, again, is gonna throw you off balance. The wood chop is gonna throw you off balance. So if that feels like too much, totally fine to just tap it in and engage that core. Your core is gonna be working no matter what. So we'll just keep it here. Good. Breathe. Yeah. So if you just think, as you're leaning in, turn towards the hip and then turn towards your shoulder. So it's really just torso rotation. Breathe. Good. Excellent, guys. You're doing it. How are we feeling? Yeah, I think we got about 10 seconds. Breathe. Yes. So see how they're really leaning in, you're getting the stretch, and then you're pushing out of that hip. 3, 2, good. Tap it out and breathe.
Yeah, sometimes even we stop before even
Right?
we're like, we're done.
You guys are speaking everything that they're feeling. Yeah, based on the feedback I get. All right, catch your breath, breathe for just a second. Same thing on the other side, and again, lean into it, twist towards the hip, bring it up, twist to your shoulders. Here we go. To the other side. Lean into it, side lunge, and bring it up. If you have a heavier dumbbell or limited space, just go hip to shoulder, small range of motion. If you have a little more space, a little lighter dumbbell, you can follow Jeannie all the way down, all the way up. After this, we're gonna put our dumbbells down. We're gonna get a little ab break.
Yay.
Do you love it when I say ab break?
Yeah.
Here we go, breathe down. Excellent. So really think on that side lunge. You're leaning into that hip, that lateral motion, which we want because we don't do it in our everyday lives. So it's really important to do it in exercise. Strengthen and tone the hips, inner outer thighs. 10 seconds to go, breathe. There we go, yep. You got it. 3, 2, 1, catch your breath. Put your dumbbell to the side. Yep, so if you want, you can grab your mat, but you don't really need it on this. We're gonna go into a plank. I'm gonna have you guys demonstrate this. You're gonna do a plank with a little pike, so think like little down dog. So you're lifting the hips. So join David and Jeannie when you can. If you've got the flexibility, like Mr. Longlegs over here. Touch your toes. He does a lot of yoga. And if you want to stay with Jeannie, she has the flexibility, but she's going to modify for us. Then just reach back and tap your knees. The important thing is to lift up in that core. So it's really your core that's pulling you up. Imagine there's a string on your belly button, and that's pulling up and through. Last 4, 3, 2, and relax. Good. You guys take a breather, grab a sip of water. How are we feeling?
Good.
Yes, I'm gonna grab water too, even though I'm not doing anything. Hydration is so
You're
important.
supporting us. Okay. You too. You just sit there and you support us, and you'll get a workout.
Thank you. We feel your support.
So we just have a few moves that we're gonna do with 2 dumbbells, and then we'll finish on the mat, but we're basically halfway there. So we're gonna grab 2 dumbbells. If you need more of a breather, just hit pause, come back to it. You guys don't have that option, but, all right, so we're gonna do a lunge row. This is a classic Body Fit by Amy move because I love it so much. So you're in your lunge position. Yeah, let's have you guys turn to the side just so we can see a little bit more. I can't get down super low because my belly's in the way, but hinge at the hips, let your chest drop it down in the lunge, row it up. We're keeping our chest low the whole time. So join us here, down, row, down, row. So really think 90 degrees with both legs. You're dropping that back knee, squeezing in the shoulder blades. Yes, looks great, guys. So the trick is making sure that your chest stays low the whole time, and as you push up through the heel, you're pulling through the shoulder blades. So it's a push and a pull, right? Let's go, last 4, and 3, and 2, 1 more. Good, so then just tap that out. We're gonna do the same thing other side, but give your back a little bit of a break. So you can tell if you really focus in that front heel, right?
Oh,
you
yeah.
just really feel that glute and hamstring. So catch your breath. Yeah. So other foot forward, other foot back, dropping in both knees, dropping your chest. Catch your breath. Here we go. Drop it down, push and pull. So this is one of those times when I do want your eyes to be lower, looking at the floor. That means we're gonna keep our back flat. Squeeze up. Normally I'll tell you to keep them up, but just like this. And again, the lunge by design is a balance move. So if you're feeling a little balance, that's okay. Keep squeezing. Awesome, guys. Keep breathing. Lots of glute and hamstring. And then all through the back. Breathe. Last 4 right here. 4, 3, 2, catch your breath, bring it up, tap it out, right? Woo! Again, who needs cardio, right? All we need is compound moves, and your heart rate is up more than if you were out taking a jog, right? Okay, so we're gonna take it toes out into a plie squat. Dumbbells are starting here in the center. We're gonna do that deep plie, drop in the hips. As we come up, we're gonna have one go up, one go down into a windmill. So I'm looking up, back to center, then back to my plie, here, same thing, other side. So Jeannie's gonna go full range of motion. Again, if you have heavier dumbbells or less space, David is gonna modify where he's not gonna do the full extension up top. Here we go. So drop it down, and then bring it up, down, back to center, right? And that's what we love about the windmill, is you get a nice good stretch out of it. And there's lots of options, like David's doing. You're still feeling your oblique, right? And you still feel your shoulder and your arms, even though you're not getting that full extension.
And we're getting a curl sneaked in there.
Right, no, I was hoping nobody would notice that because we're gonna do an actual bicep curl. But yes, you're right. So we're holding that bicep curl motion, and then when we extend, we're bringing it down. So yeah, we're gonna get a couple sets of bicep curls, which is nice. Breathe. go 4 more. So 2 more each side. 4, and reach. 3, reach, get the stretch. 2, and 1 more right here. Tap it out, good.
Those are so nice compared to those lunges.
Right?
The lunges. Like, at least I'm not lunging.
I do have a little bit of a plan when I design these workouts. You're not gonna do like a million lunges in a row.
Oh, Lord.
Even if it feels like that. Okay, so we're gonna take it, we are gonna do a little bit of a curl now. Back to that. So deadlift, but I want you to have your hands together and in front. I'm gonna show you from the side. So with that deadlift, remember, knees are soft, hinging at the hips. From this position, we're actually gonna do a hammer curl and then come up out of it. So here's what we don't want, is rounding in the back, curling like this. So really keep your eyes out, up and in front a little bit, shoulder blades back. Here, hammer curl at the bottom, finish the curl all the way up. Here we go. Yep, to the side. Hinge at the hips, curl. Yes, you guys just stare at each other. Thank you. But it does help, right? So this is that point that if we're seeing the floor too much, we're rounding in that back. So if we can keep our eyes up, it helps keep this nice, good alignment. And then as you come out of that deadlift, really squeeze at the top in the glutes. See if we could do it without. Yeah. I wonder if we made it a staring contest for the first one to laugh. But we want lots of laughter in our workouts, right?
And it's not really a squat, right?
It's not a squat. You're hinging at the hips, deadlift. So your knees can be a little bit soft, but it's mostly moving from the hips and then coming all the way up. How about 4 more? That always sounds good. 4, and squeeze. 3, last 2.
Last
one more. Thank you. Woo. And relax. Tap it side to side. All right, so just to give you a little bit of a break from the lower body, we're gonna do one move that's not a compound move before we get our last move where we will get lower body. So just take it up to here. We're just bending straight up, just obliques, even though we did that windmill. We're not gonna go very many. You're just going side to side. Yeah, it is a nice little break. And then our last standing move is gonna be a dumbbell swing. So I wanted to give your hamstrings a little break. Let's go last 4, 3. And this is good because the lateral movement you can actually do in pregnancy for core. Good, relax. And then we'll go other side. We can't do a lot of that front contraction or traditional core movement, but lateral movement I can do, which feels good. Even though I like having you guys do all the work. Can you please come do all my videos from now on? Breathe.
I'll stick to doing them at home. I'll do
Okay,
couple here,
good.
couple at home.
I will need you postpartum though, because it'll be slow
look
getting
at
back.
We got
Last 3, 2, and 1. Good, catch your breath. All right, so one last move. David is gonna do a dumbbell swing with 2. Jeannie is gonna take it with 1. So similar to your kettlebell swing if you've ever done one. With the 2, think of it, sometimes we call this a skier swing. So drive the hips back, power it up. So even though my arms are gonna get the work, the movement is coming from my legs. Jeannie's just gonna have 1, and she's just gonna hold it center. Same thing here. So I've got a light kettlebell, so I have to make sure my my arms don't want to raise. It's a little easier with the heavier ones, but you have to backload it. So here we go, guys. Last move up top. Kettlebell swings with dumbbells. So dumbbell swings, right? Good. So just like in a kettlebell swing, hinging at the hips, similar to that move that we did with the deadlift. Dropping the hips back, and then as you come up, squeezing, locking out at the top, squeezing in the hamstrings, squeezing in the glutes, tightening in your back, tightening in your core. This looks so good, guys. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your dumbbells down, get a little stretch through your back since you're there. We're gonna grab a quick sip of water. We're gonna take it to the mat. We are almost done. Catch your breath. Good work, team. All right, I'm gonna have you guys show most of these. Make sure you grab a sip of water. And as always at home, if you need more of a break, just hit pause. Go ahead and come down on your mat just with one dumbbell. So we're gonna do a little plank dumbbell push. So you're coming into an elbow push. It's a little bit tricky and it kind of depends on your floor. If you're on carpet or something where the dumbbell won't move, don't worry about it, just hold a plank. If you can, into your elbows. So watch these guys. Let's take your right hand, push it out, tap it back, right hand, pull it back, and then switch left. Push it out, tap it back, pull it back. So it's harder than it looks. It's not just about the plank and the weight shift, it's actually about the push and pull with your arms and your core. So take your time. You don't have to do this fast. Again, harder than it looks, right guys?
Yes.
That little push forward makes you really engage in that core. You think it would be super simple just to push and pull a dumbbell. You're not even lifting it, but lots of things working. Let's go 10 seconds. You probably got time for one more each side. There we go. 4, 3, 2, drop it down, stretch it back in your child's pose, right?
That is hard.
Yeah, I know. I love those that look like they'd be super simple and then you're realizing how many things you're engaging.
And it's like fun at first, and then you're
Yeah.
like, this is not fun.
Yeah, then you're like, I hate this.
So we're gonna come up into a high plank. Totally fine to do this on your knees too if you want. High plank, and then we're gonna go reverse fly. So you're alternating. So Jeannie is gonna take it to a true reverse fly where she's going out from the shoulder. David, because he has a little less space and a heavier dumbbell, is gonna do a little more of a row. So he's bending at the elbows. And again, you're alternating. So a little bit of a weight shift is gonna engage your core a little bit more. And then Jeannie will show you if you wanna do it from a knee plank, totally fine. You're still keeping that straight line from here to here, but it gives you a little bit of a break if that feels like too much pressure on your wrist or your core, because we just did another plank right before. Excellent, 10 seconds. Good work, team. I told you I really do miss planks. No, it's sad. Good, stretch it back. Let's take it to our sides. So side plank, you can do this with or without the dumbbell. I'd love for you to try it with the dumbbell. You're gonna rest it on your hip, just like these guys. You can either cross or stack your feet, and then we're just gonna lower and lift with the hips. So it's just that little hip dip, going just about 30 seconds. If the dumbbell feels like too much for your back, feel free to drop it down. Or maybe you've had 2 workouts and a workout yesterday. Maybe you're just tired, that is fine. Listen, if you're moving, you're working out. You guys know how I feel. 10 seconds. The dumbbell will just make it a little tougher on our obliques. Our obliques are getting quite a good workout today with those windmills and side bends. 3, 2, relax. So bring it up, stretch it over from that lower one that was working so hard, right?
My arm is shaking.
Yes, good. Let's go other side. All we need is 30 seconds with or without that dumbbell. Rest it kind of right on the hip. And we're just gonna lower and lift with those hips. Yep. And again, you can be stacked like David, or if it feels more comfortable, cross one foot in front, or if you need to, you can drop to the knees as well, or drop that dumbbell. Any of those options is good. We're working the obliques either way. 10 seconds, yep. And that's totally fine too. I love when you do that because it's so realistic where you're gonna get half the set at the high impact or the harder version, and then good, relax. And then you drop down. You're still gonna finish it. Stretch it out.
That's what real people do.
I do that a lot as well too, even when I'm not pregnant. Okay, so come down on your back. Very last move. Yep. So we're gonna have our feet straight up. We're gonna do a little press and crunch. So try it with one dumbbell. If it feels too easy, you can certainly grab both, but feet are straight up. So drop it down first, press, and crunch towards one foot, back down, crunch towards the other. So it's a little bit of a cross crunch, I should say. And again, if you wanted a little extra chest or a little extra arms, which would indeed make it harder for your abs, you could do the same thing with 2 dumbbells from that regular press. This is your very last move.
Is the idea that the shoulders come off the floor?
Yes, shoulders come off the floor, and then it's just a slight rotation to engage more of the core. Again, getting those obliques. You got 15 seconds. And then we are stretching it out. Good. Last 4, 3, 2, relax, guys. Drop your dumbbells to the side. Good work. How do you feel?
Oh, thank you.
Yes, hug your knees in. Stay down, yep, and just get a little gentle roll side to side. You did it. Thank you guys for doing the hard work.
Thanks,
I
Amy.
really appreciate it.
This is always my favorite part when the music slows down.
Right, yep. So bring it up, roll it forward. And yeah, keep those feet crossed and we'll just reach it forward. So you're just here. Yep, you know when you hear that music and I use the same song, the same cool down song in every video. I've thought about changing it. You know,
No.
almost 300 videos and 4 years later, but I really like that song.
I do too. It's very soothing.
And it is a good cue that you're almost there. Bring it up,
We're listening
reach
to
it
it.
over. Yes, you guys know this one, this one.
Yeah.
And then reach it over, we'll go same thing, other side. And then let's take it, drop one arm across, straight across, drop the shoulder, take your other arm up, and then you're stretching through that shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We all need that. And then, yeah, let your head drop to one side too, towards that hand. I'll give you a little head and neck stretch as well. And then same thing, other side, take it across. And let your head drop. And then reach those thumbs to the back. Grab behind if you can. Woo. I think we're gonna sleep well tonight.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Feet out in front, and then just fold it over to a hamstring stretch. I cannot even get there, you guys. I'm like, belly's in the way. Yep, and the more you can kind of pull your, even if you can't reach your toes like me, if you pull your toes towards you, you'll get more of a stretch. And then bring it up, one big deep breath in. As always, get more of a stretch on your own if you need it. Good work, good work. You did it. That was your full body dumbbell strengthen and sculpt workout. Great job, everybody.
Ooh.